It's now next day after I posted the podcast, and I heard some growling. Yeah, it was Agita. I think she was trying to eat one of her brother's food or something. There was a little bit left over in the bowl, which one of the brothers left. And I think Agita came to eat it. And the other brother was like going, "But that's really mine. I was just taking a little break." I have no idea what was going on. I heard the growling. So it is just like having like human kids. Well, for me, this is as close to human kids as I ever want to get. Now, I had a very good night. Babies and Agita, I think, were all on the bed at some point, And then got up, gave everybody treats, went back to bed, got up again, and I'm just replying to a friend email, and I'll make a quick morning journal entry, and I'll get ready, going to my doctor's for appointment. The time is 2:22. Which is, I guess, half of 4:44. So anyway, I just saw my doctor, and I've said this before, but it bears repeating. I think I have the best doctor in the universe. I really lucked out with the doctor, the dentist, the vet for my kids, and the accountant. All four, just spectacular. And my doctor was just amazing. I mean, 15-minute appointment, and I filled her in and everything, as much as you can in 15 minutes. And I go, "Well, doctor, the good news is I'm still alive and I'm not a daily user." And she goes, "That's good." And I go, "Well, I've done this and this substances, this and this activities over here, and there was a big binge, and then there was a small binge, and then there was this, and there was that, and then that binge, and I like as quickly as possible." And then she's like, "Oh, okay," and then she's like going, "Well, your blood sugar is good." She said, "Your weight is down a bit, but given all the stuff you get into, it's not too." And she goes, "It's good that you're not a daily user." And I'm like going, no judgment, absolute minimal judgment. Can you believe that? And I very matter of fact and very supportive, and I don't know what I would do without her. I tell her everything as much as you can in 15 minutes, and then we also have to deal with the blood sugar thing, which is mainly that's what the appointments are supposed to be for a diabetes check, which the slithering, the partying probably does, but my blood sugar is still acceptable. It's just over 7, and it's in the acceptable range. So we said, "Well, we'll meet again in July." So I said, "I'm not going to set goals this time," because last time I had set the goal of until meeting her. That was before the last big binge. Before the Hakka place, it's very reasonable lunch, sort of equivalent to the one that's near my place, but this is out in Brampton. And you get soup, and I'm having the hot and sour. It's spicy, but I think I need to ask for sauce. It's good. And I'm getting a Bombay fish, right for now. I'm at the Hakka place, not far from my doctor's here in Brampton, and I'm having the Bombay fish. It's very good, lots of fish, and the sauce is a little bit. It is like like as the name implies, it's more Indian than Chinese or than Hakka. It's really good. It's sort of curried, a mix of curry and Chinese food. It's really good. Hello everybody, I got home a couple of hours ago, or more maybe, and we've got Agita running around here, and we've got one of the babies there, and Agita's not running that way, and the other baby is there, and I'm just about to make a journal entry. I just came home and just relaxed. Actually, I did a little bit of tidying. I vacuumed, I cleared that counter a bit, so, for me, there's more cleaning than I've done in a while. And then I've just been relaxing with the kids. Now, after the lunch, I stopped on the way back, do some, some pet value stuff for the kids that are on sale, the flavors that they like. And I went to Sobeys and, a little bit of stuff for myself, and came back and just been relaxing with the kids. So on the whole, I mean, it was good to see the doctor, and got my next inoculation for the thing, and talked to her. They said excellent. Oh, I also picked up my meds, my diabetes meds on the way back. It's later the same day. I'm reading, and look at this. The entire family is on the bed, both babies and Agita. That's amazing. Hello everybody, it's evening and Agita's there, one baby there. I'm just reading, having some supper, corn on the cob. Agita got up because I started taping. And there was very strong pull. early in the day, and I guess, and I did text a friend about this, how, because of the whole casino control burn is completely gone, unless I rescind the ban, and I don't want to lift the ban, because the casino thing was completely out of control. And just the whole way that it ended with that guy, I just don't even feel like going to a casino. So, casino's control burn is done, and starting to get back to the other things, reading and car stuff. But the car stuff will be tomorrow, day after when I actually go to the house. So, and I have been washing cars and stuff, but that's not very powerful compared to how strong the pulls to party, slither, go into that underworld, that primordial sort of, the regression that, that it's just that is so much stronger than, reading, for example. Reading is good. Reading keeps me, reading is very important for me. But the pull of that is very strong. So, the pull was very strong, but I made it. I just kind of wrote it out. And by evening, I exchanged texts with a friend, and that my cat rescue friend, and that helped. That helped quite a bit. And then I was able to get back to reading and eating corn on the cob and feeding the kids and everything. I fed the kids even when the poll was there, obviously. The kids come first, no matter what. Everybody, and we've got window cleaners. They're hanging onto the their little suction cuppy things, and they're cleaning away. And one of the kids is like, this is the brave one, is like watching. And the other ones, I think, are hiding under the bed. The one's running around that way, one's there, and Agita's probably under the bed. Actually, Agita's there. The chair, she's not particularly concerned. But she's been used to this for like 14 years now. So, anyway, they're doing a nice job, and had a very good night with the kids. I did some more reading. And the pulls are better. I exchanged texts. I got a very nice long text from a friend, and I replied, and they read, and I had some corn on the cob and a veggie hot dog. And Agita, the babies, took turns, as usual, sleeping on the bed with me. Everybody, I'm on the bus, heading to town. Art gallery is reopened after a month-long strike, so I'm going to have lunch and walk around, go to the art gallery. Bye for now. In town, Salad King, my favorite. I'm having the soup and main course. You get a lunch special, $6 extra. You get soup and you get a Coke. Save $2. It's okay. I wanted the soup and the Coke anyway. Bye for now. Everybody, my main course has arrived. I just tasted it. I'm gonna put it on the rice in a second. It's very good. It's 10 chili and it's just right for me. Because I told my friend I think I'm getting old because I used to have 15 chili here, now I'm like 10. It would still kill most people, but anyway, bye for now. Hello everybody, I'm here at the art gallery. It's 4:44, and as this is, I think, the early 20th century gallery, which I've spent a lot of time at. So I was just looking at some of my favorite paintings. Now I'm going to walk around a little bit, and then head back to the bus stop. Bye for now. The gallery upstairs, the two upper floors are closed because they're doing installations, which I guess, they didn't shift during the strike. So whatever was there has to be removed, and they're putting new installations. So I'm just going to wander around the areas that I know and then head back. Bye for now. This is a new exhibition, History of Women Artists in Europe, 1400 to 1800. I had a quick look around. Next time I come, I'll zero in on particular paintings I want to look at. Hello everybody, here I am in scenic Chatham, Ontario at my mechanics. Got here for 1:30, supposed to be here for 1. Brakes were working on this car, but they were not working well. And got here, he couldn't get the parts, and they were available last week when he checked, and they're not available now. So in the end, he managed to do the front brakes, and I'm just not going to take this car back to Toronto. Obviously, I'm going to take the other car. So, and then I met my contractor here, and he's he's had some medical stuff, and so I was talking to him, and the plumber's supposed to be coming next week, and he's finally agreeing with me. He goes, "Yeah, you might need to get somebody else to finish the work." Kind of wish he had said that like 6 years ago, but anyway, we'll figure that out. But the good thing about all of this is it's distraction. It's rechanneling. It's a better drama llama than the other drama llamas. So now I just have to go cut the grass, drop this car, boost the 430, take the 430 back, and then next couple of days I'll be washing that, and I have to go to the accountants. So keeping busy. Good for me. Bye for now. Hey, here I am, and he's kind of got the base built. And they're a little uneven, but I guess he knows what he's doing. It's glued in, so because otherwise it would have wobbled when he put that this thing. That's the shower base, so that goes there, and it would have wobbled. It's kind of uneven there, so I guess he knows what he's doing. These are kind of, maybe it's uneven surface or something for the floor or what, but he's got little extra pieces here. It's all glued. So that has to go on top, and he's built this as a frame, and that's going to go there. So that's going to go between the shower and the toilet, and you need that because the shower has only two, it's like this. So it needs a wall here, and it's got one wall here. It needs two walls. So he's built a little wall. So that's the framework, and that will go, that thing stands up, goes here, and then there'll be drywall on one side. It's getting there. So the plumber has to come, and I guess the plumber he wants to be here, he wants to meet the plumber to go over what the plumber needs to do and what the plumber needs him to do but I think the plumber has to do some of the, the thing for this. The drainage and the water and all of that, and the sides of the shower. The plumber has to do that, in conjunction with whatever he's doing here. So, and he has to talk to the plumber about exactly the wall and whatever. I don't know. So he is arranging to meet the plumber hopefully next week here. Now, my contractor is having some trouble because I said he had some medical things, some eyesight stuff, and he's been, having, some treatments, so he's not able to drive. And I said, look, very short distances. So I said, look, I can pick you up and bring you, but he's going to get his partner to drive him next week. And I'll try to be here because I want to meet the plumber so that I can just talk to the plumber directly and go, look, can you do all the other things that need, downstairs, hook up the appliances, the dishwasher, do all of that, and if you know somebody who can do all of this stuff, take over from my contractor. Let's just, I'm willing to hire somebody else. And finally, my contractor is agreeing with this. He's going, yeah, you might, I'm like going, you told me this like 6 years ago, but it's okay. I mean, at this point, it's moving. I'm not sure what this thing is, but it's the tub is there, and there's a base. So it's not going to wobble, and he must have done this on purpose because this thing must be, there must be something with the He told me something now. I wasn't following, but he told me something about the floor being not straight or something. So that I think that's why he had to do that to get it even. And he's got his balance. So he's and he's built the frame. So I guess this goes there, and then the drywall goes on it, and then the plumber puts the shower in, and the shower is a different shape than this, but it's sort of that same idea. That's the old one. So it's like, but it's like this. It's rounded like this, and then it needs a wall there, and it's got one wall there. So, I guess there is movement. I guess there's a frame. There's a base of some kind, and now I might have to just find somebody else. So anyway, this movement, it's better than nothing, I guess, Sigh. Bye for now. Now, I get here, the grass is very big in the front, very big. I'll show it in a second. So my neighbor's service cut that little strip, that's adjoining there. It must have done it today. It was very big. So, and I sort of know the guy that does the service for the next door neighbor. So he did that as a favor for me. Now I have to see if my lawnmower starts. It's very big. So I got to do that. And I checked my mail here. I got a ticket, one of those speed radar things on the Mini in Toronto. And they had the address here. So it got sent here, So I got to go pay that. It's like $90, for the Mini, And hello, everybody. Just had it's not a drama llama. It's actually a good llama, So an interesting kind of encounter with my next door neighbor. For 7 years that I have the house, I'd never met the neighbors on that side. And the neighbors on this side was an elderly couple, and the husband unfortunately passed 3-4 years ago. And then there's a farm across the road, and I met the farmer, or the farmer's wife, the day I moved in 8 years ago. But I've never talked to her since. So it's very rural. People sort of mostly keep to themselves. But I saw the neighbor when I was struggling with the lawnmower and trying to get the push mower to start, and I saw and the dogs were barking. Now, the thing about these neighbors, and they moved in last year, and I haven't. I knew that they moved in because I saw the other people moved out, and I saw a different car in the front. And I knew the house had been for sale, but this was like last summer. But, everybody keeps to themselves here, and I'm hardly here, that's the other thing. In summer, I come at most once a week to cut the grass. So, I ended up, I just said hello, and she came with the human dog and the human children, and they were like nice dogs, nice human children, and nice, so the dogs are like their form of, of animal companion, and dogs and human children tend to go together rather than cats. So anyway, the human children and the dogs, they were there, and I waved, and very nice people. A very nice person. She came, and she even offered to lend me her push lawnmower, to cut, and tried one line, and she pushed it. But it's very big, and I don't want to damage her lawnmower. It was very kind of her to offer, but I don't want all the grass to, mess up her lawnmower. And it's a very nice lawnmower. So I'm like, and they're nice people. I'm not going to do that. So I said thank you for the offer, and then we chatted, and I filled her in the whole Nutty Professor Odyssey. Struggles. The Nutty Professor. I don't hold back. I'm like going, oh yes, and I did this, and I did that, and the 12 stuff didn't work for me, and I put this website. So, and she's like going, oh, that's interesting, and very, very nice people, So, and I even gave her a quick tour of the inside. I said, look, this is what I'm dealing with. And I said, I'm thinking of selling the house if I can get it finished. But then I said, now that I have friendly neighbors, if all they need to do is put in sidewalks and some street lights, then I don't need to move. but I don't know. I think I need a change of pace, and she understood it when I said, "Look, this has been like 7 years of this. I need a fresh start. I need a change." And so very nice people. So I was very pleased by that, and very helpful. Offered and said, you want to call? You need help? And I said, look. I gave my number, and I said, just in case the house burns down or something. I said, well, house burns down. You gotta get out of your own house and get your human kids and your dogs and all that to safety, and then you can call me and go, look, there's a fire on in your house, something like that. But that was very pleasant. Now I still have to deal with that shit, Oh, and I gave her the website, and I said, Nutty Prof, this is my name. And I will post I said, anonymously, no names mentioned, locations even. I don't say where this is, So everything's anonymous, but sort of like the 12th step thing. But which I discussed with her. It doesn't work for me and all of that. Within like 10 minutes. But that, me, the professor. Once I start, I don't hold back. So, but it was very, very nice. Very nice people. And it's nice to know that somebody's like, because before, if anything happened, like when there's a flooding or this or that, I didn't know about it for 3 weeks until I came because, but this way, flooding they wouldn't know. But if there's a fire, they'd know. But it's just nice to know that there's people Yeah. And they've got dogs. Dogs is a good thing for like protecting, they can bark, so if somebody's trying to break into my house, the dogs can bark, and then the neighbors can like call the police or something. I don't know, but it was nice, and that was a very nice offer, that lawnmower thing. But now I have to like plan B, plan C, plan D, something. So now I have to like I'm going to go get some gas and see if my small lawnmower works, and then don't forget I have to pick up the 430. Maybe I should go pick up the 430 and come. I don't know, but I have to do something about this because I can't leave the grass like this. Neighbors will complain. So anyway, not that one, but other neighbors maybe. Anyway, bye for now. That was very nice. Very nice to have friendly people on one side. Bye for now. Everybody, there's all kinds of things happening. Energy shifting. There's stuff with my contractor, and he finally kind of agreed to go. Maybe you should find someone else. And then I'm like going, yeah. So then I talked to the neighbor, very friendly neighbor, and she even offered to try to help me with the grass, but I didn't want to mess up her lawnmower. So then on the way back, I stopped at this house on the way nearby. A guy who does the grass cutting for the people next door, and he has a service, and I've talked to him because I meet him out there occasionally when he's cutting grass next door, and he gave me a good deal. He had cut part of my thing anyway, and I sat, and he's people in the country. They seem to spend a lot of time, men spend a lot of time in the garages. I've noticed this seems to be a thing. They call it a garage workshop, and they just sit and drink there mostly, and then they work on the cars and stuff like that. So I sat and talked to him, and then his wife was getting a bit upset because I was keeping him from dinner. But and then he kind of pissed me off a bit, and then he was like going, "Oh, I'm just fucking with your mind," and I'm like going, "Don't do that. I prefer not to be done." And he knows a little bit about my struggles with that stuff, which he doesn't approve because he's big into the booze. So he's like, he doesn't like anything besides booze, and he thinks it's all bad. And I'm like, whatever. But I'm like, me, I don't hold back. When I'm talking, I talk. And then he's like saying shit to me, and I'm like, I go ready to just leave. I was like, fuck off. And I was like, but he's like, no, I'm just fucking with you. And I'm like, okay, fine. So just cut my grass. So he's giving me a good deal. So he's going to cut it tomorrow because I couldn't cut that. That is out of control. And he's got heavy duty machines. So he's got like a $30,000 lawnmower. So he's going to cut it tomorrow. So I'm like, fine, And then I gave him, it's very reasonable. He gave me a very reasonable price on it. And then he's going to do it every week. And I said, yeah, I'll do it, especially if I'm going to try to sell that. And then I tried to get, and he knows a handyman or a contractor, but he's very, very busy. And I said, can you get him to at least come and give an estimate for, so he goes, I'll talk to him. So I've got a line on somebody who might actually do the work in weeks or months rather than years. I just can't believe that. But anyway, and then I come here and then the car won't start. And this one I can't take to Toronto anyway because the brakes are only half done. The other half has to be done next week. So I came here, and then this one has the battery in the trunk. I mean, the Germans have to do shit differently, So I'm like, okay, now it started. Just like after like 10 minutes of the umbilical cord thing here. So, all kinds of shit happening. I got the 430 started, so I'm going to put this one in the garage, take that one out. Well, that one out, this one back. There happens to be a car wash. One of these tiny little towns. There isn't much besides a gas station and a car wash. I think there might be a couple of shops down there. But I took the exit, and I think I've used this one before. It's an emergency coin-op wash for me. So I'm just going to give it a quick wash. It's clean now. I just am going to stop and check the air pressure at the service center, and then grab some food, and then straight back to the kids. Quite a day. Clean car, hopefully. Bye for now. Everybody, I drove here and ordered a pizza here and went across the road, and I got gas with the engine on because I was afraid if I turned it off, I may not be able to restart it, but I took a chance. When I came here, pick up my pizza, I turned off the car. I didn't want to leave it running, and the gas station was. But I got my pizza and the car's starting, so that's good. There it is. So the battery got charged up. I got a pizza with hot peppers and chili flakes. I put a tiny bit of flakes, but it's good to eat while driving. It's a change from McDonald's, fish or filet of fish. So I'm just going to reply very quickly to my friend. Lots of drama today, but I'm in the car. The car's clean. Got gas, and I got food, and now I'm going straight back to the kids. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. I'm here at the provincial courthouse in 198. I'm at a courthouse in North York. North York. Very, very high tech. You have to enter something in there, and you get your walk-in ticket, and then they call it out the thing, and then I'm FP 191. Okay. I'm FP 198, so I think I've got 7 to go. If they're going by that, you can never tell for sure. But you know what? I'm paying that fine. Remember, I got the one, the speeding one from the robot camera thingy, 44 in a 30-kilometer zone, and the guy, the sort of rednecky guy. I don't mean to stereotype, but he stereotypes. So what did I? So he was like, I was telling him this, and he goes, "Did you say turkey zone?" I said 30 zone, and he goes, "Oh, you don't speak properly because you're foreign. This is what you have to deal with in the country. It's okay." I mean, I'm almost reconsidering the whole country thing. People like that, just I mean, look. So I was all frustrated last night when I came home. I wrote a story about it. Actually, it was a series of texts to my friends. And I ended up turning it into a little short story, just a bit the people out there, and particularly that one. They're not all like that, but there's a tendency. P192. Okay, we are moving along. It's 92. I'm 98. So I was so frustrated at all of that, and then the grass thing. And at least he's cutting it. That's the only thing. I mean, he's cutting the grass. So I couldn't really tell him to fuck off and walk out, which I really wanted to do, but I couldn't, And also, his name is the same as a particular animal and a particular, I'm not going to name them because, not that anybody watches my podcast anyway, and he doesn't, he never watches any of them, but as a very unpleasant animal on a certain farm podcast, So, and I remember that, and that kind of helped me because the guy is almost identical in personality to that animal. And the animal's pretty nasty, I mean, it just, it's just, more bark than bite, but nasty, So I'm like, that kind of helped me put the whole thing into perspective. And then I just wrote, and like pages and pages, so of text, which I've just kind of put together into a story. They kind of fit into a story. Hey, that was quite the experience. I got the very last ticket. They shut the doors. I got the very last one, and everybody was lined up with their ticket things, and people are arguing and trying to make dates for court appearances, and some people just paying fines, and some people contesting the fines, and some very dodgy people. And I'm like, this provincial offenses and things, and I'm going, this is kind of working as a little bit of a push for me, because I don't want to get caught for something else. Have to come and do a court date and, actually go to court to contest something or being charged with something, Not that I would ever do anything illegal or anything like that. I'm just speaking hypothetically. So then the passport is done. I got a parking spot on the side street. It's raining. I carry my umbrella. I get to the Middle Eastern restaurant. It's like right next door to this. And all the tables are taken, all the tables for two, and there's one long table, like 20 people. It's a super long table. Yeah, so I'm assuming it's a bigger thing. And he says everybody just started eating, so it's going to be 15 to 20 minutes, and it's going to be longer than that. If all the tables for two started eating now, they're going to be there an hour. So a party comes. It's like somebody's birthday. They come for the big table, but like the four things at the end. So it's like the super long table, but like the end for like this were vacant. So I'm like going, do you think you can like just put me at the end? I won't bother those people. I'm just going to sit and eat. And he goes, I have to check with the server. There's this. He never got back to me. And then it looked like the people who came, the additional people, they started sitting here. So that option was out, you know. So then I'm like, good now. I just thought, I'm not waiting an hour and a half. It's not worth it, you know. So I come out. And the main thing is really chicken kebabs and stuff, which I'm not eating, you know. So I'm like, you know, I was going to have a shrimp dish. So then right next door, there's a Chinese place. It's almost entirely takeout. They're very busy for takeout and delivery, constantly. 2 people manning the phones, and it's all takeout delivery. They have tables, but I'm the only only customer. Yeah? But so I ordered a dinner for 1. It doesn't come with that, but it comes with side dish. It doesn't come with an appetizer. So it's an extra $4 or $5, and I'm like going, I'm here. I mean, you know, I'm not worried about the money. Might as well have a soup. So I'm having a hot and sour soup, which is fairly spicy on its own, without even adding hot sauce. Okay, the food has arrived. It's actually quite good for regular kind of takeout type of, you know, white person Chinese food. It's not spicy or anything. The soup was kind of spicy, so I mixed it, you know, what was left. And I asked for hot sauce. They bought 2 of those generic ones, and 1 soy sauce. But all that said, the food is good. It's everybody, here I am in scenic Vaughan, Ontario, and I just picked up the papers from the accountant, and he's figured everything out, and I showed him that little clip where I said, you know, I have an excellent accountant as well as a doctor, dentist, vet, and all that stuff. And he charged very reasonable amount, as always. You know, very, very, very good accountant. You know, trust him 1,000%. So then I'm like going, it's brunch time. It's like noon. So I came to this place. It's in Vaughan. It's right by the PetSmart. And there's a theater here. And there's a Chapters across the road, the one I went to last time. And it's purely for teppanyaki. So I came here, and it's very good. You know, so I'm having the eggs Florentine. So eggs Benedict with spinach and home fries and some salad and Tabasco and salt and pepper. You have to grind it, and it takes forever with the pepper. But the food is good. So anyway, now I have to go PetSmart. There has been some pull. I mean, this morning. Yesterday was okay, but this morning there was some pull. You know? Hello everybody, I've been home for a while upstairs with the cats, and the pulls have been very strong, very, very strong, but I made it. And in addition to kids being pushes, obviously, there is another push in that tomorrow is the twins' birthdays. They're turning 4. So I'm not getting a cake or anything, but I bought some treats and toys token stuff from PetSmart. So my biggest gift to them is stay clear, which was not easy, by the way. I had to battle, but I made it. And then I'm like going, okay, now that I'm definitely staying clear, I promised the kids, so I am staying clear tonight. There's no question. So I might as well go down and get an ice cream because I saw the truck was there. So and I might as well make use of the fact this is another push that I can just come down and have ice cream and sit by the lake. And there's a lot of dogs and human kids around, but it's okay, as long as they keep a social distance, I'm good. Anyway, bye for now. Hello everybody, it's now the next day, and Agita's there, and both the babies are here. One is there, and one is there, and happy birthday, Mayhem Twins! So, Finn and Lcee, and I'm not sure which is which. I have to kind of look at the chests to see. One has a little bit of white hair. But, babies, happy birthday to both of you all. And I bought some little toys, some, token toys yesterday when I was at the PetSmart and the Dollarama. So, we got I got 3 of those thingies, those slithery thingies. One for each, for her as well, because, when it's her birthday, I also get toys for the boys. So now, what happened, I gave them the toys, and of course Agita tried to chase them away and claim the toys for herself. That's Agita. Maybe that's an oldest child thing too. So, but they played, and, they will, everybody will play with them, eventually, and in the meanwhile, I'm just going to, give everybody treats. And my main birthday present to the boys is that I managed to stay clear yesterday, even though there were very strong pulls. And I've sort of given up even trying to explain why the pulls. It's only, I think it's been 3 weeks, but there was all that stuff with, the trip and finding out that my contractor is willing, finally, he's not going, give me 2 months, give me 2 months. He's finally going, I can't do it. When I said, I think I need to find someone else, he says, yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's good news. But now I gotta find someone else. And there was all that other stuff with the grass and, with that grass cutting guy and all that other stuff that I had to go to the accountant and do all of that and picked up the papers and, it's been good. But and that last binge, it was a big binge, and then there was a mini binge after it, and then there was all the casino stuff, and I don't have the casino. That's the other thing, no casino control burn. So it's been like almost 2 weeks since that casino thing. I did win the money, I did the ban worked, all of that. But there's been no control burn. It's just been, dealing with all of this stuff with the house and the grass and this and the contractor and the cars. And now we've got both the boys playing with this, I put it here, which is how it's meant to be played with. So this one grabbed it and tried to pull it, and that one's playing with there. So, and Agita is watching from there, sort of. Happy birthday, boys. Everybody, I'm just about to give birthday brunch for the twins, and of course Agita's going to have the special flavors too. And they're all, I always get the best flavors, but I think that's we'll see. Maybe that and that. If the kids are having the tiki mousse chicken flavor and grandma's chicken flavored chicken soup, not chicken flavor, it's real chicken. It's like white meat chicken, grandma's veruva. So they seem to enjoy these flavors. Happy birthday, kids! Happy birthday, boys! Hello, everybody. I'm here at my favorite Tibetan place. I haven't been here in a long time. Just because I haven't come to this side, and by the time I wake up, usually on Sundays, I just walk off to the other place, and the place on that side. And also, to be quite honest, I was having the same thing too regularly, so I needed a bit of a change. But today, hello everybody, I'm here shopping, got some salmon, got some jalapenos, and I was just going to comment, this is not a good placement for the plant stuff, right next to licensed. Hello everybody, here's Agita, a little foot petting there, and both the babies, one of them asked me to open the door to the solarium, and it's of course their birthdays, anything they want to do, and I don't let them in all the time because there's too much stuff in this vacuum cleaners, but they like that thing, that particular tent, and you can see that both the birthday boys are in there. There's one birthday boy there, and there's one birthday boy there, So, happy birthday again, babies, And I'm just going to sit here and do a very quick synopsis. There's a lot of material from the week that I want to include. On the whole, I suppose it was a relatively productive week in that no control burns, no casinos, no slithering, no partying, and there was, the productive parts where I did go to the art gallery. I did go to the doctor. There was that, and as I said, I have an outstanding doctor. So I went to the doctor. Lots of eating out, rechanneling, reading, which I haven't been doing a lot of in a while, and then going to the art gallery, a short trip there and lunch. And then I think the main event of the week was the car stuff and the house stuff. Going out to get that Pacifica brakes and getting half the brakes done, and then meeting my contractor. And the biggest thing was he's finally, after 7 years, I've been saying all along, you know what? I think I need to hire someone else. And I fired him a couple of times, and then he calls me and he begs to be rehired, and I rehire him. But finally, and he's had an eye operation and stuff like that. And finally, the first time in 7 years, when I said, you know what, I think I need somebody else to finish the house, and he goes, okay. That leads to a whole new set of issues and stresses, because now I got to find someone else. And there was everything else with the car, and then the grass being so big, and my lawnmower not starting, and the really good thing about that day was meeting the new neighbors, I haven't met since they moved in last year, and they're very nice people, dog people, human child people, but as I said, each to their own, and they're very nice people, very helpful, and it was really good to meet them, and and then there was all that stuff, and I don't know how much I'm going to include, but there was the different kind of weasel that I not a dumpster weasel, but I encountered, and everything, is again anonymously, but there was something with a person out there with, and the grass cutting and it was just kind of annoying, and that person does remind me of a certain character from Useless Farm, but I won't mention the character because that would probably, anyone who watches Useless Farm would know more about this person. Even though I haven't even said where my property is. It's somewhere, in southwestern Ontario, actually, Western Ontario. And I'm planning on moving to Chatham, but my property is not in Chatham. So I just go, the country house, and I never show the address and stuff when I'm there. So, but still, I do like to provide anonymity for people that I talk about. So I will include some of the stuff, but completely anonymously. It was a bit stressful, it's a bit annoying. And actually, I wrote quite a bit about it in text to friends, which actually turned into a story. And I'm not going to publish, obviously. I don't publish anything, But and I think the Dusty Dumpster Road and Weasel stories are much more interesting. But this was a different kind of weasel encounter, a person who uses a different kind of substance, So I'm like, a legal one, but, just makes them actually more annoying than the other kind of weasels. So I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to include, but I did write sort of a story, which I've shared with a couple of my cat rescuer friends, and one of them said, I'm shocked that you actually put up with as much of that bullshit as you did, for as long as you did. And I said, well, I kind of need the grass cut, plus kind of gives me material, this person thinks that they're playing with me and they're mind fucking me, and I'm just fucking with you, but I'm like going, I'm stepping back, and I'm like going, okay, you want to fuck with me, I'll fuck with you, but in my own way, just anonymously, but I've written kind of a scathing, version of what he is and what he thinks he is and how he is behaving with me. So, but I'm not going to talk about it anymore. That's it, So there was all of that, and so not too surprising that. And then there was the stuff with the accountant, and that's all settled, and at least that's all done. Accountant, amazing, absolutely amazing accountant, along with the doctor, dentist, vet. But after all that was done, and I picked up the papers and on yesterday, on Saturday, then I was like, oh shit, then the pulse really hit me, because everything that happened. But came home, battled, went for ice cream, and as I said, I did tell the boys that one of their main birthday present for me was staying clear yesterday, even though the pulse was very strong, and I managed. I stayed home, read, and spent time with the kids. Everybody slept on the bed with me for part of the night, and in the morning gave them the gifts. Had a very long conversation with my father. filled him in on all the little details, except for the, details of the slithering, partying. And they did know that I do struggle with addictions, and I have mentioned that, but I don't provide the details because they don't need to know that. And they're very old, and they're in a different country, and they're being looked after. So this is my stuff that, so I talk about it here, and even here, I talk about it generally, not, and this guy, when and I'm open. I don't hide this stuff. And that person, that other type of weasel, was going, oh, you could get arrested for. And I go, I'm very general in what I talk about. I'm very general, and I use my own words like slithering and dusty dumpsters, rodent weasels, and the stuff that I do could be illegal stuff. This person's substance of choice is a legal one. He just does a lot of it, so, and then, but it's a common one. It's many people do that particular substance. So, it's legal, so that's what, I'm just going, okay, the pulse ramped up, but I did not, as I said, a birthday present for the kids, for the boys. I stayed clear and they had a good birthday today. They had gifts and lots of extra treats and lots of, gourmet foods. So that's what's happening. Plan for next week. Tomorrow I have to go to the bank. Tuesday I may go to see a movie, which I haven't in a long time. Thursday I am going out there. I got to get the oil changed and the air conditioning checked on the 430 and get the brakes on the Pacifica and see. And the guy is going to be cutting the grass, so I'm going to see if I can get a lead on a contractor and maybe talk to the plumber, and maybe the plumber will have somebody. Usually plumbers work with contractors, so and the plumber knows exactly what needs to be done because they've been to the house. So, I'm going to have to deal with all of that. But at least it's going to move, it's not going to be as stagnant as it has been. So that's what's happening day by day, So made it so far 3 weeks clear, and ups and downs. But the biggest thing is no controlled burns, no casinos, just the usual, the pushes of the kids, eating out, and going to the house, which was both positive and also stressful, But hopefully the grass is taken care of. So that's what's happening from the four of us. So one baby there and one baby there. So happy birthday again, boys, and Agita there. So from the four of us, so my three kids and myself, the nuttiest, craziest, most fucked up professor to ever walk the face of the earth. Bye for now. See you next podcast.